Hello and welcome to yourlocalnote.com. Appreciate you joining us. We're a little late, had some technical difficulties, but we're ready to go. Really excited tonight. We're talking with Divers, and we'll be talking with them in just a few minutes. Just want to run down some things. Just remember that we do run some commercials. They will pop up, 10, 15, 30-second commercials. The reason we do that is to keep the cost down, because this is absolutely free tonight that you're getting this stream. So we appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate your patience with the commercials. Also want to remind you we are streaming 24/7. We've got free apps. All you have to do is go to the respective stores and type in YLN. Download it for free. You can take yourlocalnote.com with you anywhere you go. We are playing and streaming of nothing but Philadelphia area musicians 24/7. We've got a newsletter. You can just contact us at contact@yourlocalnote.com. We'll get that out to you. Concert calendars, so you can see where all your favorite bands and musicians are playing. All the good stuff is right here on yourlocalnote.com. So coming up next, we're going to be hanging out with Divers. We're going to start off with their first song. It's called Eggshells on yourlocalnote.com.
Was it something I did? Was it something I said? 'Cause you kept your face hid and you went straight to bed. Did you see an old friend? Was the past on your mind? Did the boss make you bed? Did they treat you unkind? Are you in a bad mood? Had to wait for the train? Did you not like the food? And it started to rain. Will you keep skirting around instead of laying it down? But we both gonna drown if we keep walking on eggshells. No use to try to not break the fragile hearts we hold on to. Walking on eggshells, trying to tiptoe over all the broken things we left in the dark. And all the horses and men that the king had to send, for the shells in the street, for the cuts on the feet, and the people they spoke, and the wall came down, and the barbed wire snapped with the weight of the sound. Yeah, it's so hard to hear what you got on your mind, and it never seems clear till you're crossing that line where you can stand on the wall up above all the land. But we still gonna fall if we keep walking on eggshells. No use to try to not break the fragile hearts we hold on to. Walking on eggshells, trying to tiptoe over all the broken things we left in the dark. Walking on eggshells, no use to try to not break the fragile hearts we hold on to. Walking on eggshells, trying to tiptoe over all the broken things we left in the dark. Walking on eggshells, no use to try to not break the fragile hearts we hold on to. Walking on eggshells, trying to tiptoe over all the broken things we left in the dark.
The song is called Eggshells, and the band is Divers. This is yourlocalnote.com. We appreciate you checking us out on our vidcast, and we'd like to, right now, just go through the band here and have them introduce themselves and what they do with the band. We'll start with you right there. Hey.
Background vocals.
Ross is coaching him.
Yeah. I'm Tom. I play the drums and sing backing vocals.
I'm Emily. I am the lead singer. I tell everybody what to do. No, just kidding. That's him.
And I'm Ross, and I play guitar and I sing backup vocals as well.
All right, let's Ross. Let's talk about the show. Let's talk about the song first. Eggshells. Who wrote it? What it was about?
Emily wrote it.
Okay, Emily.
Emily writes all the songs in the band.
Okay, you're the main songwriter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is this song about?
Well, what do you think it's about?
Eggshells?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's about breakfast. I don't know.
Eggshells for breakfast.
I don't.
I'm
I'm
throwing
not.
out the eggshells after I'm making an omelet.
I don't love to talk about what I think the songs are about.
Okay.
Because I feel like that takes away a lot of the mystery of.
So you like people to interpret what you're writing, so
Yeah, I
everyone
really do.
can put their own meaning to the song.
Yeah.
But are you using life experience to put this together, to put a song together? I mean, is that what inspires you?
I think everything inspires me.
Okay.
Life experience, things I read, conversations I have with people.
Okay.
Um,
Then you just start.
other songs, other styles of writing.
So are you the type of person or type of songwriter that once you start writing a song, you've got to start it and then complete it in one sitting, or can you start something and then come back to it?
It depends.
Okay.
Early on, I got spoiled, and a lot of songs would come really quickly
Mhm.
like that. And some take longer. I
Okay.
have about 6 half-written songs right now.
Okay.
And so.
So the lyrics, now you write both the lyrics and the music, or is you mainly do the lyrics and then the music is sort of something that you work together as a band?
I bring a shell of a song. I bring a song that has a melody and a chord structure.
Okay.
It's pretty simple. And then these guys, and then these guys help with the arrangement and make it sound
Okay.
like what you hear,
All
which
right.
is not like me strumming an acoustic
Okay.
guitar. So
They put
yeah.
they put the finishing touches on it.
It's a pretty collaborative
more than the finishing
process.
touches, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I bring a really basic shell
Okay.
of a song,
All right.
and then when we come together, everybody comes up with their own parts,
Okay.
and we all just go back and forth talking about like what we like and what needs to change, and somebody will say, oh, I think we should do an extra chorus here, or
So you bring the song in knowing that there's going to be changes to it.
yes.
Okay. So you have no.
I'm hoping.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you put the time and effort into it. It is your baby. Then to be able to let other musicians, obviously you trust them to do what you think is right with the song to make it better.
Family.
It's family,
You
huh?
trust your baby with your family.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Now, Ross, we've had you in before. I think it was almost 3 years ago that you
Many
were
moons.
here. Yes, and as a solo artist. How did the band get together?
It was at a time when I was, I had decided to sort of, to put it, semi-retire from touring full-time with a band called the Sweetback Sisters.
Okay.
And so I was coming off the road, and I knew I was going to have a lot more time. But even before that, me and Emily had always talked about doing something together.
Okay.
Putting some sort of project together, and you just came over my house one time, and we just like went through a bunch of songs that were just sitting there.
So you two have known each other for a while.
I've known all these guys for many, many years.
Oh, okay.
And
So there's a real big comfort level here.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all have worked on a lot of different projects in
Okay.
Philly, in different Philly bands.
Mhm.
And I really wanted to put together a new band, and Ross and I talked, and Tommy and I talked, and Todd and I talked, and we all, got together. It was like almost 2 years ago,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
2.5 years ago.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you've been playing a lot out live and putting stuff together. Are you in the process? You said you have like 6 songs right now that are not complete. Are you looking to have an album pretty soon?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh,
The plan is to record in the fall,
Okay.
and we have about probably 20, maybe more
Okay.
songs that are
Yeah.
ready to be on a record.
Now, Ross, are you going to
So-
be producing this album? Because I know you've done that in the past.
No, actually, we're going to be working with Jeff Hyatt
Okay.
at Turtle Studios.
Okay.
because we sort of felt like it would be good to get that sort of outside perspective for a band, especially a collaborative band like this.
Okay.
You know, I kind of always been, you know, a little hesitant to sort of like take too much leadership role in the band, you know, because I want everybody to contribute.
Okay.
And Jeff is particularly good at coming into a situation with a band, in a band dynamic, and sort of figuring out what's really working and what's not.
Have you worked with him before?
I've worked with him because I am also on staff at Turtle Studios, and we've worked together.
We've all worked with him.
The past,
He's wonderful,
he did,
lovely person.
So more comfort level there. No.
Oh yeah, we've known him for a long time, and
and he's a great musician himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so Tom and Todd, you guys have also worked not only with Emily but also with Ross and with each other.
Yep.
Through the years.
Yep.
When did specifically? I mean, you two first talked about what's putting a band together. When did you bring Todd and Tom in?
I remember I had played with Emily a couple times in the Weeds. You had gotten a couple shows together. That's when we started playing together. And then one day you just called and said, "Hey, I'm starting a band. Do you want to be in it?" I said, "Yeah."
And that was pretty soon after we first got together. Like, it was kind of immediate. Like,
it was
we should have
around the
Tommy
same time.
involved in the band.
So there's a real advantage of being in the city for a while, knowing who you want in the band. Because sometimes we'll talk to bands and they'll be like, "Well, you know, we met him on Craigslist," you know, things like that.
Oh,
and that's
no.
you know, that's a real gamble. I mean, knowing that. Again, it goes back to the comfort level, and I think you can hear it in the songs.
I got my bass player for $250 from the guy in Jersey.
Actually, it's cheaper than that, but
Yeah.
you know, we've had more stories than we figured we'd have. But Craigslist is where they go. But it's interesting that you guys have known each other, and it was just okay. Let's just do that. Okay, let's move on to the next song. We'll play it, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
good.
good. Just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. The song is called Follow, Follow, Follow. We're hanging out with Divers, and this is yourlocalnote.com.
Follow your heart. The experts say that's where you should start. But let me tell you, son, it's not a simple sum. The things it tells me don't seem very smart. The things it tells me don't seem very smart. And so I swallow, 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 swallow my heart. Experts say no, that's a poison dart. But safe inside my throat, it cannot send you notes. Then I can get some gold stars on my chart. Yeah, I just need some gold stars on my chart. And if my heart is a reliable source, and its actions a matter of course, then I'll probably end up in to see if you'd come post my bail. They say, follow, 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 follow your heart. As if it were a map drawn by Descartes. As if there were one way and tolls that you could pay. As if there were a finish and a start. But you know that there's no end and there's no start. You know that there's no end and there's no start. You should. And maybe it's just the thrill of the chase. Although no one is running away. Maybe it was the side of her face that no measure of time can erase. And so I follow, 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 follow my heart. The experts say, well, that's where you should start. Well, let me tell you, son, it's not a simple song. The things it tells me don't seem very smart. The things it tells me don't seem very smart. You know that there's no end and there's no starting. You know that there's no end and there's no starting.
All right, the song is called Follow, 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 and the band is Divers, and they're with us on yourlocalnote.com. Appreciate you joining us on the vidcast. We've got Ross, Emily, Todd, and Tom hanging with us. All right, Emily, since you are the main songwriter, why don't you give us a little, a hint about this song. What influenced you to write Follow, Follow, Follow?
Oh my gosh, that's the same question that you asked me before.
Right.
So I
But
could
I'm
answer it the same
No,
way.
I asked you what the song was,
influenced me,
what it was about.
What influenced me to write the song, or what are the musical influences in the song?
You can do both.
Um,
Whichever is easiest for you. We're here for you.
Really? I don't know. Can you rephrase it?
Follow. So when you write or was sitting down and writing this song, what were you thinking about when you're putting the words down?
Oh, no one knows that.
Okay, so this is a deep dark secret.
No, it's just that that's. I think that musicians and songwriters get asked that question a lot.
Right.
And I think it's a really difficult question to answer.
Because it's personal?
Because the place you go when you're writing a song, it's not always, doesn't always have definition.
Okay.
To it.
But something had to hit you and say, you know what, I want to write about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people give a lot of advice, very generalized kind of advice to you throughout your life, and
okay.
Sometimes when you think about it, it might not make sense in different situations.
Okay. So, all right, yeah, not all advice is good for every situation.
Yeah.
All right. Now, guys, when she brings this song to you, you're looking at it from a musical standpoint. Is that the first approach you guys have when you're approaching this song? If she brings it to you, okay, now musically, how we're going to form that, or?
In a way, musically, at least I like to think of the lyrics and the melody like first, and how to best respond with how she delivers the song vocally.
Okay.
Because that is the most dynamic and intriguing part of the band is Emily's vocal and how she sings a song. And if we can find a way to sort of musically complement that and enhance that, or sometimes totally contrast that in a way too, you know, I think that's where we look at it as well. When she's bringing in new material, you know, we think of it like that.
It's really exciting to bring a song in and play it. Like when I don't have a new song to share, I feel sad. Like I don't have a new song tonight. Sorry.
And sometimes the arrangement I feel like comes together super fast. Like it's just there, and then other times we really just have to break it apart and then reassemble the pieces, kind of. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
Some songs we've tried in like 5 different styles, and then we still aren't sure.
And we generally like to practice a lot, so there's no real rush sometimes to sort of get a song finished. So we'll definitely let a song sort of find its own path. Sometimes.
So have you put a song together and then maybe come back to it and say, you know what, I want to change this, and then the song.
Tommy records every rehearsal. So after the week after a rehearsal, we'll listen to it and see if we have to change anything or
Yeah.
Gives you a basic map of the song.
Okay, but there have been times where you've done it, you've completed it, and then you said, you know what, let's change this.
Yeah, because sometimes you tend to repeat motifs and rhythms and such, and you want to mix it up a little bit more. Like, we did that on the last song.
Emily, have you ever found yourself then have to rewrite the lyrics after some of these changes, or the lyrics basically stay the same?
I've never rewritten lyrics. No.
I think that's because we look at it from a lyrical standpoint. Is that doesn't usually have to happen.
Okay.
So we
once in a while the tempo will get a little bit too fast, and I tend to have pretty wordy lyrics. So.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Well, we're having fun, and then I'm like, I can't, getting my breath, and so.
It is hard to choose the tempo of the song because
The tempo is usually perfect, though.
It's perfect because it's either too fast or too slow.
No, it's really exciting. I think it's really exciting when I have an idea for a song and it has a certain tempo or feel, and then maybe Tommy will start playing some beat, and my first reaction is like, no, wait, no. But then I stand back for 30 seconds and we start playing, and it's like some amazingly different but great, alternative.
We surprise ourselves.
Yeah,
very
it's
often.
great. It's great.
Do you need a consensus to make the changes in this song, or do you,
Yeah, but that just happens. I feel like we all know when it sounds
Yeah, we
We're all-
all
we
we
all
all
just look
kind
at
of
each
have
other
a good
and,
idea of like what, we trust each other's musical instincts enough to
Okay.
sort of let each of us sort of figure out our things that we need to.
Okay.
So
Playing on stage, you guys have done a lot of that, and will continue to do that. Can you tell people who have not seen you what to expect from a Divers show? Okay.
pretty much the
Basically
audio
like this,
equivalent
but
of
with
that.
instruments.
Okay.
Yeah.
The audio equivalent of me going.
Okay.
And me looking at my nails.
I mean, it's pretty. It's
fun.
It's very dynamic.
Okay.
It's a little mysterious, because we just kind of like to do the songs. There's
Okay.
not a lot of like, hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
Right.
Like it's really like we're up there for the music and we just play.
Do songs you stick with the way the song is done, recorded, or do you sometimes play with it on stage and do a little improvising?
There's
There's a
definitely
little of that.
a little bit of
Yeah.
like
a little bit of
stretching
expansion.
Yeah.
Like things
Yeah.
evolve
in the moment.
Tectonic plate movement type stuff. It kind of
Yeah.
like settles out the more you
Yeah.
play it.
Yeah.
And does that happen on stage naturally, or do you guys talk about it before, saying, hey, I'm going to try this tonight, or is it a combination of both?
No,
It's
it's
a
usually
natural-
naturally.
Yeah.
And like depends on the energy of the audience.
Yeah.
Too.
And it's more an energy thing, like riding the wave of it. Like in rehearsal, we're stopping a lot, and
Right.
going over parts, and we'll play through it and maybe just play through it to know the map.
Okay.
But then when we play it live, it's like we're doing it. You can't stop, so you
Yep.
just kind of like
and,
ride it.
and then
Yeah.
the rest of the band will just figure out that someone's trying something different and for this evening, and we'll go with it.
Mhm.
You adjust to it
Yeah.
that way.
And plus,
And usually our sort of musical instincts are in tune with each other enough that we kind of collectively make those decisions as we're on stage. Like we're all like, we'll just like we'll know immediately, all of us. Like
You can give a,
We're-
you can,
we're
you
ex-
can
we're
look at someone
expanding.
and say, okay, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
or-
Yeah,
Mhm.
Tommy, Ross, and I have been playing in other bands for years now.
Okay.
yeah.
Ross and I for over 10 years.
Todd was one of the reasons I moved to Philly.
Really?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Okay.
11 years ago.
Nice. Okay, very good. So then again, it goes back to the comfort level. You guys can just look at each other and know, okay, I know what he's going to be doing now.
Mhm.
And Emily, you follow along with what they're doing, or do you sometimes?
Yeah, we just all. I mean, as long as you're all listening to each other,
Mhm.
it's gonna be
Just
good.
keeping your ears open as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And again, crowd energy always dictates. Nice.
Sure.
Okay, that's good. All right, let's go to song number 3. This is Backroads. Now, this is going to be a live version
Yeah.
of Backroads, and what we'll do then is we'll play the song, and we're going to talk about it when we come back, Emily. So be prepared.
You should think about what you think it's about.
All right, I'll give you my interpretation.
Okay, that would be good.
Okay, and then
All
you
right.
can tell me what you think of it.
All right.
All right, this is Backroads on yourlocalnote.com, and we're hanging with the band Divers.
You got me wishing for the red lights to make the right last a little longer. And I'm taking the back roads home to let the moment linger. gonna see it through. I'm gonna take your hand and we'll see what we can do. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn it loud. I'm gonna kill the lights. The moment linger. Yeah. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Let me feel that stinger. You know the night is a beautiful flower. We're gonna drink when we arrive. The night is a lovely flower. We're gonna drink when we arrive. And I got one hand out the window and the darkness, it's opening wide. I'm gonna make a plan. I'm gonna see it through. Take your hand and we'll see what we can do. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn it loud and I'm gonna kill the lights and I'm gonna feel the sound and it's gonna be alright, alright. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The song is called... No, it's not edible. The song is called Backroads. He asked a question and I wanted to answer it. What Mike's going, are you kidding? You're live. What are you doing to us? All right. The song is called Backroads. The band is Divers, and we're hanging out on your localnote.com. This is another vidcast. And all right, Emily, you threw the gauntlet down and challenged me to say, okay, what do you think this song is about?
And I sang some of the wrong words, I realized. So that's even better. But yeah. Okay.
Because this was a live version of the song.
Yeah.
Okay, does that happen often? When you're playing live?
Not often, but once in a while.
And you just go with it. Now, can you guys pick up if she's singing the wrong lyrics, or as long as it sounds the same?
It's just different lyrics, really.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're wrong.
Okay, the reason I went in this direction too is I was buying more time to answer the question.
I know, I was buying you time too.
Thanks, Emily. Well, I think there are a couple ways to look at this song. I mean, it could be a journey, your life journey, going through the back roads is maybe a bad time in your life, and then I also picked up maybe it's a journey of a relationship. How does that sound? Does that sound okay?
Sure.
So has someone said that to you before about the song?
No, nobody's ever asked me what this song was about.
Really? So I'm the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm trying to think about it. What is it about?
Okay. So, all right. Well, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing that I'm putting you on the spot like that. Because you like to write, and so I take it then when you're writing the lyrics, it's just stuff that's, it's like a free flow coming onto the paper. Is that a good way to describe it? There's another phrase that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
stream of conscious.
It's not
stream
that easy.
Okay.
But sometimes you can call it a free flow. Sometimes there's a theme in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's just a word that I'm walking down the street or a little phrase and I'm like da 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 da, and then I go home and then and sometimes a word rhymes with another word, and then it changes the meaning, but I like the way it sounds, so I go with it.
So sound is more important than really the meaning of the song?
Not more important. It's just the part of the process of songwriting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've always found that there's a real I've always found that there's a real poetic quality to the lyrics. To the lyrics that sort of enter and exit a space of ambiguity and yet real specificness.
Okay.
Like you can see the place and you enter the world that the song that of the words that she's singing. You enter that word that you're able to enter that world. I can't talk anymore. I'm done.
Word world.
All right, we'll help you out.
Real tired.
We're going to try to help you out here, Ross. Tom and Todd, do you do any songwriting, or you just basically work on music? Because I know Ross is a songwriter, and I'm going to get back to him when he gets his tongue untied. But I just wanted to go to you guys. Have you written songs in the past yourselves?
I dabbled in it.
Okay.
Yeah. Same here.
Okay, just dabbling. But I know Ross has written plenty of songs. Do you then, Ross? Do you have to fight the temptation of making lyrical suggestions to Emily?
I never have to fight that temptation because I don't really see the temptation there.
Oh, okay.
I absolutely love her songs and her writing, and it's like I don't ever feel the need to.
So you're comfortable
suggest anything.
You're comfortable in your role here. You've sort of said, okay, I've done my songwriting. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
here,
honestly, one of the main things I relish in this band is just playing rhythm guitar.
Okay.
Playing guitar, and like just being a part of the music, because I tend to have to wear a lot of different hats if I'm doing my own stuff,
right.
And this is just kind of one hat I get to wear, and I like embracing that fully.
Okay,
so.
Very, very good. Where can people find your music? Websites, Twitter, SoundCamp, Bandcamp, I should say, SoundCloud, Bandcamp. I'm getting them all mixed up.
Yes, we have a website that is Divers Band.
Diversband.com.
Diversband.com.
Okay.
Shows you how often we go there.
Yeah.
We have a website called diversband.com. We also have a Facebook page under Divers the Band.
Yeah.
And we also have a Twitter page under Divers Music.
Okay.
We're good.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
She's just
And-
double checking on you.
Yeah, and we have the stuff that we've officially released. We also have on a Divers Bandcamp page as well, so
Okay.
you can find that stuff there.
All right.
I can't remember what that is exactly.
Okay. Is all this stuff on your website? I mean, you go to the website
Yes.
and
Yes.
you have
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the,
there's
all
links to
all the
everything.
links to that.
Mhm.
Okay, very good. Shows, where are you guys going to be playing soon?
We're actually going to be playing for as part of the Rittenhouse concert series, summer concert series.
Nice.
August 13th, which is a Wednesday.
Okay.
And you know what time that is?
I don't. She actually didn't get back to me the time yet.
Okay,
Okay,
so but it's like late afternoon, early evening, I
You'll hear it.
believe.
When you get the time, send it to us.
It's going
so
to
we
be
can
really
promote it.
loud.
Okay.
And we'll be in Rittenhouse Square.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Any other shows?
Yeah, we'll be doing a show at Johnny Brenda's October 10th.
Okay,
Yeah.
very nice. And then any other shows that pop up, you'll send it to us so we can help promote it for you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Excellent.
Thank you.
All right, one thing we wanted to talk about, and we were talking about this before we even started, but you have a campaign coming up, a fundraising campaign. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we're going to be launching a fundraising campaign to raise money to make our first full-length record.
Okay.
Because we all kind of we all are
Is
very
this gonna be
active in the music scene.
through like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or is this going to be something?
We have something lined up, but
Okay.
if you just go to our website, we'll have all that information up there.
Okay, because we
Um,
like to help bands when they're doing stuff like this to help promote.
Sure,
So,
yeah.
Great.
We'll go to your website.
Yeah,
We'll put it up.
we're
on our
waiting
site.
for the final confirmation from the company to
Okay.
run the fundraiser.
Then when
So.
you get that, why don't you send me that information?
Yeah, sure.
And so we can get that on. So
But we'll be launching
Within
that
the
around
next 2 weeks.
around mid-July,
okay,
so that we can go and make a full-length record.
okay.
We got to raise the funds because we already have the studio time booked.
Yeah.
So you put a little pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
No, really, just on other
it's good.
people.
Oh.
And you can just send us money now. We don't
Yeah.
need to wait.
We're,
Yeah.
we're at 4th and
call us.
Market. We're going to go
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
It's
you're
like
gonna
$5.
We'll be on the corner.
be on the corner playing and singing.
Yeah, but we're really
Undisclosed
excited
look.
because we have, like Ross said, we have probably about 20 songs
All set
just
to go.
ready. Yeah, we just need some time in the studio.
How many songs do you think you'll have on the album then?
Between 10 and 12.
10 to 12, yeah.
I
Okay,
imagine.
so you're gonna have to weed that out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is why working with somebody like Jeff is going to be really good because
Oh.
he's going to be able to
Yeah.
tell us, these songs will work well together as a record.
Okay. And with the fundraiser, is it going to be similar to some of these other companies that people donate X amount of dollars, they get signed CDs?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there'll be a bunch of little perks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Little and big perks.
Okay.
So.
Very good. So you'll have that information for us in a couple.
One of the perks, I believe, will be me giving you a guitar lesson.
All right.
So.
That's good because you do a lot of teaching.
I do. I have been. I started actually last year. Started teaching at University of the Arts as
Oh,
an
really?
adjunct professor. So.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
So so you're teaching at a college, and then also you teach
Working at a studio, and then have a couple teach privately.
and then you teach privately, and then you have a band.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he's
not
busy.
not too busy at all.
Yeah.
All
No.
right. All right, guys. Well, like I said, when you get the final information about your campaign, please get it to us so we can get it on our site and help
Great,
you out
thank
that
you.
way.
Thank you.
We really
Appreciate
appreciate you guys coming tonight.
Yeah. Thanks
you.
for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Thank you. It was
And
fun.
we're going to wrap things up with me and Mrs. Jones. So this is a cover. Why did you guys choose this song to do?
Well, we got asked to contribute to a thing that runs every year called Philly Sings Philly.
Okay.
And a couple Philly local artists go to Turtle Studios to record songs written by either famous or local Philadelphia songwriters.
And you got both, not only local but famous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
this big hit. So.
So we just something about this the song.
Yeah, I was
was-
originally looking at other musicians that I know, contemporary Philly musicians, and then someone reminded me, like, you can choose anybody, any. It doesn't even have to be famous, like
Yeah.
any Philly songwriter from any time period.
Okay.
So then I was just looking on, like looking up different YouTube videos of different times, and this one came up, and I remember this song, and I was like, I want to try to do this one.
And did you
Love it.
Did you do the version? Is it close to the original, or did you put your own stamp?
It's
on
definitely got our
Pretty
own spin on it.
different. It's
Okay.
very.
Yeah,
I mean,
different.
I think most people are probably somewhat familiar with the original.
Yes.
It's pretty different.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we're going to wrap things up with that. Again, thank you so much for spending time with us, and we really look forward to hearing the entire album. When you get it completed, we're going to have you come back.
Yeah.
Great. That
Okay,
Yeah,
so we can
absolutely.
preview some songs.
Mm-hmm.
Are some of the songs that we played tonight, will they be on the album, or you haven't thought about that yet?
Probably Backroads.
The live track, that the Backroads,
Okay.
will definitely
Definitely be on it.
hopefully
Yeah.
be on
Okay.
it.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Just want to remind everyone, coming up next week, we've got another vidcast, and we'll let you know as soon as we're done with this. We'll let you know who we've got coming up. And also want to remind you we have another vidcast that is featured on our homepage, so you can check that out. That'll be up all week. And so far, I think, what do we have this week is...
Jiggly Jones.
Jiggly Jones, that's right. Okay, he'll be up for the rest of the week, so you can check that out. Again, we're streaming 24/7. Nothing but local Philly area musicians. You can download the apps for free. Just go to the respective stores, YLN. And if you've got any comments, you can always contact us at contact@yourlocalnote.com. And of course, we're trying to get all the information that's going on in the Philly music scene and get it onto our site. So any help would be appreciated. All right, wrapping things up with me and Mrs. Jones. The band is Divers, and this is yourlocalnote.com.
Me and Mrs. Jones, we've got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We meet every day in the same cafe. 6:30, I know she'll be there. Holding hands, making all kinds of plans, while the jukebox it plays our favorite song. Me and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We've got a thing going on. We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too strong to let it go now. We've got to be extra careful not to let our